Hello and welcome to the Grab Bag of Holding. In this series, a random item is pulled from the artifact known as the Grab Bag of Holding and shown to you. An excerpt about the item will be read before a brief history of the item is shared and its capabilities are then demonstrated. Some of the items that appear in this series may be nothing more than trinkets, and others may be cornerstones of existence. If the creators of the item are known, they will be credited as such, all rights in regards to the item belonging to them. Let's see what item will be drawn today. It would appear our first pull is of an item with an intrinsic link to another, hailing from the realm of Warcraft owned by Blizzard. Fortunately, the link for both items means each one will get its own spotlight. We will begin with the blade that brought kingdoms to ruin and turned a mighty hero into an eternal beacon of darkness, Frostmourne. Whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit. The inscription on Frostmourne's dais. In the heart of the frozen wastelands, shrouded in eternal twilight, and guarded by spectral sentinels, lies the legendary blade known as Frostmourne. This sword, forged in the crucible of the Lich King's malevolence and tempered with the coldest ice of the northernmost realms, is a relic of unfathomable power and dark intent. Frostmourne's blade is as cold and unforgiving as the winter's chill, its steel shimmering with an ethereal blue glow that hints at the unearthly energies coursing through its form. Intricate runes carved by hands long since turned to dust pulse with sinister light, whispering promises of power and dominion to any who dare to listen. The hilt, fashioned from the bones of ancient dragons and wrapped in enchanted leather, fits snugly into the grasp of its wielder, seemingly eager to unleash its full potential. But it is not the blade's appearance that strikes terror into the hearts of the bravest souls, but rather the curse it bears. Frostmourne is no mere weapon, it is a conduit of the Lich King's will, a beacon of his endless hunger for souls. Each swing of the blade tears at the very fabric of life, ensnaring the souls of those it strikes, binding them into the icy abyss of its master. To wield Frostmourne is to surrender to its insidious call, to become a pawn in a dark, terrible game that spans millennia. Legends speak of the countless heroes who have sought to claim Frostmourne only to be consumed by its thirst for domination. Their spirits now reside within the blade, a cacophony of despair that echoes in the silence of the frozen north. It is said that the sword's true power can only be unlocked by one who fully embraces the darkness within, forsaking all light and hope in pursuit of ultimate power. Frostmourne's tale is one of tragedy and ruin, a reminder of the perils that lie in the pursuit of forbidden power. It stands as a testament to the enduring allure of the shadow, a weapon of unparalleled might that forever alters the fate of those who dare to wield it. Frostmourne is a Mournblade, a powerful type of rune blade created by an entity known as the Rune Carver who resided in the Shadowlands, the afterlife. It was made in tandem and linked with the Helm of Domination. Forced to by the Jailer, the Rune Carver inscribed the runes of domination onto the blade so that the Jailer may use it to influence the world of Azeroth as a part of his schemes. Under the orders of the Jailer, a group of demons known as the Nathrazim bore Frostmourne across the Vale and delivered it into the grasp of the Burning Legion. Frostmourne would not see use until the Orc Shaman Nazul was bonded to the Helm of Domination and by extension, Frostmourne. Both blade and helm were sent by the Burning Legion to Azeroth, where they both came crashing down in the Arctic land of Northrend, entombed within the Frozen Throne. Now in command of the helm and blade, the newly formed Lich King began his plans of conquest by using his power to push Frostmourne out of the Frozen Throne and into a cave to await one who would claim it. Such an individual would come in the form of Paladin Arthas Menethil, the Prince of Lordaeron. Having been pushed to the point of desperation in his quest for vengeance, Arthas ignored the warnings of his ally and claimed he would bear the curse of claiming Frostmourne. The moment Arthas claimed the blade, he became the first to fall to its terrible power. Frostmourne was empowered to rend souls from the living, and the first soul it claimed was none other than Arthas's soul. Now under the control of the Lich King, Arthas wielded Frostmourne through many campaigns that would see him bring ruin to Lordaeron, Quel'Thalas, and many more kingdoms. Untold thousands fell to Frostmourne, and any weapon that sought to clash with it shattered like glass. Those that fell to Frostmourne did not find peace in death, as with Frostmourne's power, they were raised into the undead and their souls trapped within the blade. After a time, Arthas was called to the Frozen Throne, and with the power of Frostmourne, shattered the ice of the Frozen Throne that contained the Lich King, before then merging with him. After a period of hibernation, the new Lich King used Frostmourne to terrible effect, and brought the world to its knees. In rare moments, the Lich King let Frostmourne leave his person and remained within the hall's reflection, though he could still see what the blade saw. The forces of the living made one final push against the Lich King and made it to the Frozen Throne, where the Lich King awaited with Frostmourne. During the climactic battle, the Lich King grew bored with the battle and unleashed the full power of Frostmourne, slaying every champion atop the Frozen Throne except Tyrion Fordring, who only survived by the will of the Lich King. Before the Lich King could use Frostmourne to raise the champions into undeath, Tyrion broke free of his bonds and, using the power of Ashbringer and of the Light, shattered Frostmourne. With the blade shattered, the souls inside were freed and the Lich King fell. Though Frostmourne was shattered, its fragments still retained the power of domination, though it would never be at the power it once was. Every moment of Frostmourne's history is scarred with pain and suffering, and it became one of the most feared weapons in Azeroth's history. After being pulled from the grab bag of holding and performing a series of identification rituals, this is what I have learned about this item. The most important detail is that Frostmourne is linked with the Helm of Domination, the two sharing a powerful bond. Even on its own, Frostmourne is a longsword and is an artifact. The blade requires attunement and has a multitude of effects once a creature attunes to the blade. Attuning to Frostmourne is no simple task, as you must be accepted by whoever controls the Helm of Domination. If you are accepted, the attunement is instant. If it isn't, the backlash can be fatal. The blade is a +3 weapon and its attacks deal an additional 2d10 necrotic damage per hit. As an artifact, it also has random properties. It offers one minor beneficial property, one major beneficial property, and one minor detrimental property. The first unique feature to Frostmourne is a Rise Warrior. Whilst holding Frostmourne, you can use an action to cast Animate Dead, or spend 1 minute to cast Create Undead. Any undead raised this way remains under the control of whoever wields the Helm of Domination. You can use this property a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, regaining any expended uses at dawn. Next is Harvest Souls, one of Frostmourne's nastiest powers. When a creature is slain by Frostmourne, its soul is devoured by the blade, granting you a number of temporary hit points equal to double the creature's challenge rating, with a minimum of 5. For example, if you kill a CR6 creature, you gain 12 temporary hit points. The creature cannot be resurrected by any means until Frostmourne is destroyed, as its soul remains trapped within the blade. Before it was shattered, Frostmourne consumed countless numbers of souls, all trapped within the blade and crying for release. Shatter the Lesser is one of Frostmourne's other iconic abilities. When scoring a critical hit with Frostmourne against a target that is wielding a weapon, you can choose to shatter the weapon, destroying it. Magical items of very rare or greater rarity are immune to being shattered this way. Frostmourne can also be used to cast spells, having 10 charges that it can expend to cast certain spells and that it can recharge every dawn. Such spells include Bestow Curse, Gentle Repose, Speak with Dead, Spirits of Death, Spirit Shroud, and Summon Undead. A weapon as dark and as powerful as Frostmourne carries a terrible curse, however. A creature that attunes to Frostmourne has its soul devoured by the blade. The creature's type changes to undead and its alignment changes to lawful evil over the course of 1d6 + 1 days. As this alignment transition occurs, the creature's physical appearance changes. The creature becomes more gaunt, and its skin pales until it resembles a frozen corpse. Once the transition is complete, it cannot be undone by any means, and the creature falls under the sway of whoever controls the helm of domination. They still retain their identity and memories, but they are forevermore a servant of the Lich King. As history has shown, however, Frostmourne can be destroyed. As a weapon of dark and terrible power, it can only be undone by its opposite. If Frostmourne is struck by a critical hit from a Holy Avenger with Holy Weapon cast on it, the blade is shattered. Blades on par with a Holy Avenger can achieve this, of course. Frostmourne is a truly wonderful and deadly weapon, one that shaped the history of Azeroth. But with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Before you head off, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you managed to get something out of this. The Frostmourne item page is available on D&D Beyond for free, and the link to it is in the description. I hope you all have a great day, and may your dice roll favourably. Goodbye for now.